Hi guys, it's Erica Heron from the Small Business Marketing Studio here for the latest episode of the Small Business Marketing Minute. So we're in week 4 of our SEO 101 series. We've talked about what SEO is, why it's important for your business. We discussed how search engines operate and how they find your website and bring the proper users to you. And last week we spent quite a bit of time going into technical SEO. So now we're going to step back and we're going to take a break from the technical aspect of SEO and start talking about something a little bit more fun, your customer. We're going to talk about the human side of SEO practice. So in order to do that, we have to create a buyer persona. And what that is, it takes all of the data, all of the market research that we do, and puts it into one little neat little package to tell us exactly who our ideal customer is. So here's the hard part about marketing that most business owners don't want to hear. It doesn't matter where you want to put your information, how you want to phrase your website content, what social media platforms you want to be on, what you want your advertising to say. What matters is what your customer needs to hear in order to find you and convert into a sale. So in order to do that and to kind of prevent ourselves as marketers and business owners from steamrolling over what our customer wants versus what we want, we're going to create these buyer personas to give us an actual person to look at so that we can identify exactly who we're talking to and speak to them versus what we think they want to hear. So this is a fairly involved process, but it's a whole lot more fun than having to deal with the coding and other elements of technical SEO. So today we're going to build our buyer personas using HubSpot's buyer persona tool. It makes it super easy to pull everything together nice and neat so you can share it with your team, both your sales team and your marketing team. We're also going to go through the process of researching and finding information to build your buyer personas. At the end of the video, you're going to get a link to a free ebook on how to do market research to build your buyer personas. We've only included what you need to know to get the information you need and plug it in. We're not going to go through, a full 4-year degree on market research because that could take forever. So we're just going to give you what you need to know to research your customer and build your buyer personas. With this information, we're going to be able to create website content, social media links, everything else that you need that your customer needs to hear to find you and to convert to the sale, because that's what matters. All right, let's meet your customer.
All right, so let's get to building our buyer personas. Our first step is to gather our data. So your audience personas are only as effective as the data that you gather. So there is a misconception out there with small business owners that you need to hire this big analytics company in order to have effective market research. That's just not the case. Every single business owner in America has the resources at their disposal to do effective market research. So when you're building your buyer personas for the first time or adapting your persona strategy, there are several sources where you can get information. The first one is your current customers. You would be surprised how many business owners overlook this opportunity, but the best place to discover what an audience member needs to hear to purchase your product is to go to the people who have already purchased your product or service. So that means that you can go back at their next consultation if you're a service-based business, or at the cash register, or in a survey or in an email, and ask them, what do you like about our product? What can we do differently? Where did you first hear about us? These kind of details are extremely valuable for a business to help you identify future opportunities and current areas of weakness. You can also talk to current or past leads or prospects. If you've been successful, it's the same thing with customers. How did you hear about us? What do you like about our product or service? What can we do better? Those kind of questions are all helpful. Or if you have a audience or a potential customer who decided not to purchase from you, you can ask, is there something differently that we could have done to earn your business? That is valuable to you as well. You can also go to your referral partners. So as business owners, we know that our referral partners are extremely valuable in helping us generate new business. They're also a good wealth of information about our desired audience segment. They have a very different view of our ideal customer than we do. They're going to be more objective about it, and they can tell you this is what people are asking for. This is how I'm hearing them phrase it. This is what their concerns are. And understanding that from an objective source can help you better identify how you need to be framing your content and structuring your products or services. You can also look outside of your network. So you can use your social media platforms, your email list, Facebook groups, and all of that to send out a survey to get a more broad view of what your audience segment is looking for. In the ebook that you can download after this video, we offer templates for questions that you should be adding to your surveys, whether it's a current customer, a current or past lead, or a general network survey that can help you kind of structure those and get you started. You can also kind of fill in the gaps with demographic data sources like from the Chamber of Commerce or your trade associations. I always recommend that small business owners look into their the trade association for their industry. Those are usually great resources for market research. You can also look at census.gov or your local government sites. All have great demographic information that can help you fill in some of the blanks. All right, so once you've gathered all of this data, we're going to put it to use by building the persona. I like to recommend using the HubSpot's Make My Persona tool because it walks you through the process of putting your data into the correct spots. So if you are less experienced in building buyer personas, which is probably the case if you're watching this video, this is a great tool. HubSpot also has templates that are in PowerPoint that go way more in depth. You can also create your own in PowerPoint or Word or Canva or what have you. You can build your own however you decide to do it. It really depends on your skill level. But for today, we're going to go through the HubSpot Make My Persona tool to show us how to effectively build our personas. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of fun. And this is not an affiliate post. This is just a tool that HubSpot offers that we've found useful for small business owners, whether they use the HubSpot CRM or not. So you can learn more about buyer personas here, or you can build your persona. It's going to do this walkthrough mode, which you can skip, but it's a good idea to go through it if you're brand new. We're not going to fill in everything, but I'm going to show you what this looks like. You can put in the information about how old they are, what is their level of education, their industry, size of their organization. You're going to have little details on the side here that tell you exactly what you're discussing in each one of these sections. So you can add all this information in here. They have fun little noises in the background that are slightly distracting, but that's all right. You can add characteristics of their job. This is especially helpful for service-based businesses. How they work, where they get their communication from, and then where they go to network and all of that fun stuff, and social media opportunities. And then what happens is at the end of this, you get this nice little templated persona that you can download into a PDF for your own use later on. And then you give it a name like Poly Persona or something of that nature. You can also add sections down here. So if you are not a service-based business and you have specific things that you want to add in for, let's say you're a retail company and you want to discuss price points for different audience segments, you can add a section down here and customize this for your specific industry. So it's a really easy way to put together a really nice and tidy persona that you can use, you can share with your team, use for training in the future, develop your website content. This tells you exactly who to talk to when you're doing any one of these things. So in our ebook, we go do more of a deep dive into deploying your personas and building them, how to do the research, and all of that fun stuff. So I definitely recommend you download that ebook if you are interested in either updating or starting a buyer persona practice, because it will help your content marketing. And then once you have that, you can use it to create social content, target your social and pay-per-click ads, and create your website content. All right, so a good thing to remember as well before we close out is that these buyer personas are not set in stone. So you're going to want to come back every 6 to 12 months and go through this process again to make sure that your information is current and that you're making content and advertising decisions based on actual facts and current data. All right.
All right, so that's how you build your buyer persona. I know that's a fairly involved process and every business is different. So the information that you need for your customer is going to vary based on what industry you're in and who you're trying to reach. So to help you with your process and to make it as streamlined as possible for you, click on the link in the post or in the comments and download our free ebook on market research for buyer personas. It's going to tell you exactly where you need to go to find the information you need to build your personas so you're not guessing through your marketing strategies. Next week, we're going to start talking about on-page SEO, keyword research, and writing to that buyer persona. All right, we'll see you next week on the Small Business Marketing Minute. Happy marketing!